Everyone, welcome back to another Connecting Your Creativity. I'm Alex, and this week we'll be making watercolor fridge magnets. So for this project, you will need your watercolors, some paper towels, some watercolor paper, as well as a mixing palette, some water, and some paint brushes. All right, let's get started. So we're going to begin by taking a circular dish that you have or anything that can outline a nice circle for you to start with, and then we're going to outline that circle on our paper. And it should look something like this. And then we're just going to go ahead and set up our watercolor and our mixing palette so that we can begin kind of filling in our circle with a pattern or a design of your choosing. I went with flowers and leaves, but whatever pattern that you choose, you can go ahead and get started. And for this project, I found that a monochromatic look kind of tied together the piece really well. So when I began this project, I noticed that a monochromatic color scheme really tied the piece together. So for this one, I'm going to be using blues and purples. And if any of you need a refresher about watercolor flowers, we have a video titled Watercolor Flowers that you can go and take a look at what kind of flowers you would like to paint. And it kind of gives you a step-by-step tutorial on that. So here I'm just going to be adding in flowers, leaves, dots, anything that kind of looks naturey to kind of put in our circle here. And I kind of just continue this process until the entire circle is filled. And I kind of change my colors here and there. So at one point I have a dark blue, and then I mix in a little bit of lighter blue, and it kind of creates this gradient effect where we have some darker blues, lighter blues, some purples, and it kind of creates this really cohesive and nice, interesting looking pattern. So our painting should be completely dry and finished by now, and we are just going to go ahead and add in a word, any word that means something to you. So I picked the word breathe to remind myself to breathe and keep calm. And I am using some gold enamel paint. The paint is optional. You can always just take a marker or some of your watercolor and do the lettering that way. It's really up to you, but here I have some gold paint and I'm just going to kind of fill in my lettering this way. So after we finish the lettering process, we can go ahead and start assembling our fridge magnet. So I'm going to start by spraying a fixative on my circle. That is also very optional. It's not something that needs to happen. And then I'm just going to cut out my circle, and I'm going to cut out a circle of cardboard as well, just a tiny bit smaller than my circle that I painted, so that you don't see that cardboard behind it. And then I'm going to glue them together. At first I used super glue, but I'm not sure if the super glue and the materials I used just didn't go together, or if my super glue was expired but it wasn't working as well. So I went ahead and added some tacky glue, and I kind of held those together for a few minutes. And then I added on our magnets. So I just pressed in the peel and seal magnets. And here is our finished product. I hope you all enjoyed the tutorial, and I will see you next week for another Connecting with Creativity. Bye!